Most often I just use what's called a stock stick that's just straight, and I use it especially when I'm trying to get sheep to go one place as an extension of my arm. So I might be holding a gate here and then I can extend this far to help the sheep think that this is a solid wall and they'll turn in where I want them to go. Crook, it's the typical shepherd's crook that has, and they'll just be able to reach down and hook that lamb with the crook end and lift them back up to safety. But there are other tools that are necessary for keeping them healthy. Their feet are extremely important to them so that they can walk to food, graze, get away from danger. So I use hoof trimmers. We have trouble with parasites in sheep, and so they have to get medication to help for that. You need syringes and needles for that, and most shepherds do that work themselves rather than call in a professional veterinarian. There are threats to sheep. Here in this part of the country, there are coyotes, and so those present a great risk to sheep. Out in the western part of the country, there are wolves. When lambs are first born, eagles can take off a newborn lamb, and we have eagles here, so we have to be careful, and that's why we put our sheep into the barn after they have lambed until the lambs are big enough and healthy enough to keep up with the rest of the flock. When you're dealing with a first-time mom, or if it's snow or ice, it's important to get that lamb in where it's dry and warm as quickly as you can, because they're wet when they're born and they can succumb to hypothermia very quickly. So often they're too weak to get all the way up to the barn on their own power. So the shepherd picks them up, just under, and I carry them low to the ground so the mom can keep track of them, and I have the dog with me to just keep the mom moving toward the barn. So you have to be very, very patient about moving these moms. The lambs will just go wherever. So that's a time where you need a dog who has learned to respect the sheep and work with the shepherd and do what it's told. But the greatest danger to all sheep, no matter where you are dogs that are not trained sheepdogs that will get into a field and either run them to death or just attack them for the sport. And it's devastating when that happens.